of Hindman, Pennsylvania. Give me Drake Troutman for the win in the 7.
You're a man among the people, aren't you?
We
love the home state drivers, home state crowd, and all this. And here they come out of turn 4. What a great sight, Dustin Jarrett.
Indeed it is. We like to call this one of the prettiest sights in all of racing. How about it, Lernerville? Send them off with a wave. This is a salute to you, the greatest race fans in the entire world. They're coming at you 4 wide with the Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series.
What a crowd, my friend. This is awesome. 2 great preliminary nights. 100 laps. 50,000 to win. An Arizona Sport Shirts Crown Jewel Cup. A branded Ford TV Challenge race. We started with 53 entries here on Thursday, and we've narrowed it down to 28 here tonight.
28 drivers with a shot at $50,000.
As we saw last year, we thought Davenport is going to run away with it the first 44 laps, but then after that, it was unbelievable between Ricky Thornton Jr. and Hudson. And again, between those two, they traded the lead 9 times after lap 45. Unbelievable.
Unbelievable indeed. All right, ladies and gentlemen, the fireworks have shot off. The 4 wide is finished. We'll ask you at this time to grab your seat. There are a lot of young race fans in the crowd, and just like you when you were a youngster, those young race fans, they want to have a good, clear view of the racing action as well. We appreciate your help and cooperation for that here at this 18th running of the Firecracker 100. Well, the drivers are going to get the high sign this time, James. It's Dave Warren Power Sports.
If this doesn't give you goosebumps, then I don't know what to tell you, my friend. Right?
That's right, baby.
That's why we love this stuff.
Caution lights have been shut off. The Lernerville Speedway pace truck and the Brandon Ford pace truck make the hard left-hand turn into the infield. 100 laps is the distance, $50,000 on the line. Drake Troutman on the pole, Ricky Thornton Jr. on the outside. They'll fire in the new Drain Ag Solution starting so the 18th Firecracker 100 is underway.
Well, Troutman from that Victory Fuel pole in his first Firecracker 100 trying to lead the very first lap. He'll drift up the track in front of the defending champion, Ricky Thornton Jr. Who's going to lead lap 1 off of turn 4? It's the 19-year-old, and that was Thornton did. They were dead even at the line, and they still even out of turn number 2. Oh, man, what a start.
Oh, my goodness. Indeed, it is. Lernerville has lived up to the hype the entire weekend, side by side for the race lead. Troutman on the inside, RTJ on the outside. You heard Troutman talk after his heat race win. He said you got to go out there and kind of pace yourself for about those first 70 laps or so, and then go hard for the last 30.
Tell you what, he's running hard down there. They went out and scraped the top of the track. They took that berm off, and we've got a new race leader. It's Drake Troutman in car number 7, Dustin.
Yeah, on lap number 3, Troutman takes the lead, so Ricky Thornton Jr. leads the first 2 laps of this race. Drake Troutman officially out front on the 3rd lap. Behind them, there's the battle for 3rd on your screen. Mike Marlar, Jonathan Davenport, and Garrett Alberson going at it for position number 3.
And they are going at it at turn number 1. And the Dave Warren Power Sports caution is out. We've got a car in turn number 2. And it is
Trevor Collins,
the Seaford, Delaware driver.
Yeah, he has pointed in the wrong direction up at the top of turn number 2. And that'll bring out the first Dave Warren Power Sports caution of the night. 3 laps have been scored. 97 laps remain. And your leader, that last officially scored lap, was the 7, Drake Troutman. So Drake Troutman is your leader here at Lernerville Speedway for the Firecracker 100. 3 laps have been scored. 97 laps remain. Ricky Thornton Jr. out front the first 2 laps. Troutman took the lead on lap 3. RTJ runs 2nd. James Mike Marlar is 3rd. Jonathan Davenport is 4th. And Garrett Alberson currently rounds out the top 5.
Last year was a record 10. We've already had 2 in 3 laps. We got 8 more lead changes to go, and let's just go ahead and obliterate that one. Let's have, I don't know, 15. Okay. Would be awesome.
Okay,
but I'll tell you what, hey, not every race can be a race of the year candidate. That was one. Right now, Troutman out in front, and right now, Thornton second, Marlar, Davenport, Alberson, Ziegler, McCready, Wilson, O'Neill, and Ferguson. Moran's been up 3 spots on the Delaware double file restart.
Drake Troutman will be by himself out front. Your second place car, Ricky Thornton Jr., chooses the inside lane as they get the rest of the field lined up behind them.
Now, the last 2 nights when he ran third on Thursday night, he won last night, there was a very treacherous cushion up there, but again, they came out and graded that off. So right now, he's been stuck on the bottom there, but he's got the lead.
And this track, look how brown it is right now. This thing's going to clean off, man. This thing always cleans off, you know, and it's going to have that black look, that grayish brown look to it right by the time this thing is over. We always see that here at Lernerville, and usually you can run anywhere on it, top to bottom.
Trevor Collins did make it back out, Dustin, so he is on the back.
Troutman out front, going to bring him back to the green. 3 in the books, 97 to go here from Lernerville, and they'll go green in the Nutrient Ag Solutions restart zone.
Troutman second into Raleigh Auto Parts Rookie of the Year. Chase Green is back out. Here comes Marlar to the outside. Mikey Marlar, twice a runner-up in this Firecracker 100, looking for his first win. He'll go to the outside. Mikey Marlar, the red horn, working well tonight. He'll go to second around the 20-yard tee, and here comes Garrett Alberson in 58, Dustin.
Garrett Alberson's biggest career wins, $12,000. This one pays over 4 times that, $50K on the line, and here comes Marlar to the outside. Marlar's got a good run down the back straightaway. He'll take the lead. It's not official till they get to the scoring loop, though. Troutman back down to the inside, side by side off corner number 4. You've got your 3rd leader of the race already. It's Mikey Marlar.
In 5 laps. We're on a record-setting pace, aren't we, Mikey? Out of turn number 2 down the back straightaway. Look at this battle back here. Comes Davenport Thornton. Alberson behind them in 5th. Ziegler is 6th. Meanwhile, Troutman goes back to the bottom. Out of turn 4. And Marlar still leads by a nose into 1, Dustin.
It's so much fun watching those guys. They clip that berm, and they've always done that here with their left front tires. They clip that berm, and that kind of propels the car on around the racetrack a little bit. They're still side by side up front. Troutman's eager. He wants to lead another lap in this one. Marlar says not so fast, my friend. He stays back out front. James 7 in the books.
Can't get any better than this early on. Right out of turn number 2 down the back straightaway. Can we do it for all 100 laps? 6 score, 94, or 7 score, 93 remaining out of turn 4. Troutman still on the bottom. Marlar up top. It's still half a car length. Marlar. Thornton runs in 3rd. Davenport 4th. Alberson 5th. Then it's Ziegler, Tim McCready, Dalton Wilson, Hudson O'Neill, Greg Satterley, your top 10. And they're at it out of turn 2. Oh, man.
Mike Marlar's got a good line there on the high side of the Speedway. Everybody else right now, they're kind of content running where they are. Man, these guys are going at it at the front of the field. Troutman not letting Mike Marlar out of his crosshairs. 9 laps scored, 91 laps remaining. And Marlar gets a good line there, but he slips up a little bit coming off corner number 2. Troutman going to try to close back in turns 3 and 4. He'll do so. Marlar through the middle, drifts up high. Troutman on the bottom, 10 in, 90 to go. Marlar is still your leader.
Yeah, highly entertaining. Trying to come from the back now. The tail end of the field enters turn number 3. That's Trevor Collins. Down the back straightaway. It's about 5 car lengths to lead for Mikey Marlar.
We've got 1 car sitting at the top of turn number 4, and that will bring out the Dave Warren Power Sports caution flag for the 2nd time in this race as Colton Flinner has slipped off the top of the racetrack. 10 laps in the books, 90 laps remaining here at Lernerville Speedway. Caution flag flies for Colton Flinner here at Lernerville on lap number 10 as the 2021 track champion slipped up off the top of turns 3 and 4. Good race at the front of this field, James Essex, as Mike Marlar has become our 3rd different leader of the race, and he's been on the point officially since lap number 5.
Early continued for the Todd Steel Building's Hard Charger. Ran runner-up last night. Ross Robinson up 6 spots. Ben Shelton.
Ken Shelton Brand out of the race tonight. Ken, what happened?
I guess the rear end broke.
All right, tough break. Provisional start here tonight. He's going to be the first car out in car 29.
All right, tough break for one of the local hot shoes, Kenny Schaltenbrand, a two-time Lernerville track champ, as he made his 6th Firecracker 100 here tonight.
Track's perfect so far, my friend. If we can hold up for 90 more laps, we've got something here developing. 3 lead changes in the first 10 laps. Thornton led the first 2 laps. Troutman led 2 laps. Marlar's led from lap 5. And on the Delaware double file restart, Troutman's going to pick the bottom. He's been running well there. Why not, right?
And again, he's getting that run. He gets that left front up on the curb, up on the berm there on the inside of the racetrack. And a lot of guys will tell you that really helps them steer these cars around the corner. That's why you see a lot of those guys. A lot of guys will run really high. They'll get the right side tire, the right rear especially, up on the cushion on the outside. But a lot of guys, they'll put that left front tire to help steer that corner around steer that car around the corner. And that's why you see drivers do that. James, yellow lights turned off, green will wave next time by.
I'm telling you, turn 4 at Lernerville is about the most exciting corner in all of dirt track racing, right? Because you never know what's going to happen. Mikey Marlar lead him down the back straightaway. The Skyline Motorsports 157. Looking for his first Firecracker 100 win. 90 to go at the Nutrient Ag Solutions restart zone, and we're back underway at Lernerville in the Firecracker 100.
Here comes Drake Troutman right back down to the inside. Ricky Thornton Jr. going to go to the outside. Now you got to battle for the 2nd spot. Defending race champion RTJ going to put the SSI Motorsports in position number 2 momentarily, and he'll hold that spot at the line. Drake Troutman falls back to the 3rd spot, and a good battle there for the 4th position as well, James, between Garrett Alberson and Jonathan Davenport.
He's going to make his own cushion as Garrett Alberson. He's stayed married to the top. He'll go to the outside now. He'll dive down through the middle. Then it's Davenport, and the Dave Warren Power Sports caution is out, and we've got a huge pileup in turn 2, Dustin.
Several cars involved as we snuck another lap in. So 11 laps down here at Lernerville for a multi-car accident over in turn number 2. Let's go ahead and take a look at the instant replay and see what happened to bring out this latest Dave Warren Power Sports caution, James. From the drone in turns 1 and 2.
Yeah, they just get stacked up there. Jimmy Owens is under a car.
It's a monster truck move. Move over, Gravedigger.
So the caution is out. 11 laps completed. There's the 19M of Spencer Hughes. Again, Jimmy Owens in the 20.
Got a Logan Zarin down here in the Heartbeat Hot Sauce hot pit, and they were getting the left front fender off of that left front tire. He'll make his way back out. Meanwhile, Trevor Collins has made his way down here to the hot pit. It looks like they're pulling the hood vents out, possibly overheating on the 11 car. They're going to take a peek under the hood. We'll see if he can make his way back out.
Tyler Wyatt's the other car down there in 24, and there's
Spencer Hughes, he has got a ton of damage on the right side of that race car. I got to think Spencer might be done tonight in the JCM Motorsports entry. As they're working on the breather right now in Trevor Collins' car, quite a bit of mud under the hood of that race car, maybe trying to get some things clear to keep it from overheating. They are taking a look at Spencer Hughes' car, but man, it's knocked the spoiler completely off and half of the deck. And yeah, I think they're going to call it a weekend here for the driver who swept last week at Magnolia Motor Speedway with the Comp Cam Super Dirt Series. He picked up over $17,000 in the clash at the Mag, but no luck here early in this one for him.
5 wins this year for Spencer Hughes. 3 of those have come at Magnolias. It's going to take a few minutes to get this accident cleaned up over in turns 1 and 2. We're going to step aside. This is the 18th running of the Firecracker 100 presented by Big River Steel, and this is Lernerville Speedway. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Lernerville Speedway, where we've been under a red flag here on lap number 11 for a multi-car accident down in turns 1 and 2 in this Big River Steel Firecracker 100. Well, not a red flag, but a caution flag. But we stopped all the cars on the racetrack, so...
But a strawberry moon.
A strawberry moon. They were stopped on the racetrack. It's technicality. I don't care.
Boom Briggs did go to the Heartbeat Hot Sauce Hot Pit. Jimmy Owens
went straight back to the trailer. They just pushed him back to the pits. Also, a couple other updates down here. Tyler Wyatt's down here looking at that race car. Trevor Collins had a bent breather cover on that number 11. They got to work on that. They got him back out there. Also, a big concern for a lot of these teams, a lot of these cars that have come in, a ton of mud built up on these race cars. Tear-offs could be a concern before this one's said and done. We may have to evaluate, if not a helmet change, possibly more tear-offs to the drivers.
All right, thank you very much, Ben. 11 laps scored. Mike Marlar is your race leader. Ricky Thornton Jr. is second. Drake Troutman third. Garrett Alberson fourth. Jonathan Davenport is fifth. Tim McCready runs sixth. Mason Ziegler seventh. Eighth, Greg Satterley. Ninth is Dalton Wilson. And 10th runs Devin Moran in 99. So in the Lucas Oil Series, Delaware double file restarts till 10 or less laps to go, as long as the track stays raceable.
What's RT going to do in this on this?
He's going to pick. Looks like the bottom, right?
I don't know. I mean,
we've been wrong before.
Well,
but
he got around Troutman on the outside on the last restart. So
looks like Tyler Wyatt coming back out again. He's 10th in the Lernerville points, first full year in an open late model, and he makes an appearance back out. So that means Schultenbrand is out. Jimmy Owens as well, right?
Yes.
We also lost Spencer Hughes during all that as well.
Thank you.
So Tyler Wyatt, as you mentioned, he will rejoin the field at the tail, making sure that the lineup is good before we get them back in this Delaware double file restart. Our third caution flag of the race.
Three different leaders. Thornton led the first 2 laps. Troutman led laps 3 and 4, and Marlar's been in front since lap 5. So we'll see. Tyler Dietz was in the hot pit, so he has to go to the tail. Everybody's still on the lead lap as we started 28 cars. Marlar looks good.
Yeah, John Garvin up 7 spots, James.
Sir, another contender for the Todd Steel Building's Hard Charger.
So Mike Marlar out front, as we mentioned, runner-up in this race twice. He's starting his He's starting the Firecracker 100 for the 9th time in his career. He is the 46-year-old out of Winfield, Tennessee, in that Greg Bruning-owned Skyline Motorsports Longhorn. And Ricky Thornton Jr., of course, trying to become the first driver to win back-to-back Firecrackers here tonight.
It's hard to believe this race started in 07. It's never been rained out. The third year the Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series has sanctioned this race. And everyone at the Thompson family, fabulous job here at this historic racetrack. And right now, Trevor Collins is going to go to the Heartbeat Hot Sauce Hot Pit, Ben Shelton.
Yeah, he was in here earlier, and as I said, they had a bent breather cover. Amanda Robinson helped with that, and he makes his way back in. They're going to take a look again. You got to wonder if that thing's bent, if they're worried about dirt being inside the engine. Either way, guys, lights are out.
And we're going to go back to green flag racing this time. 11 down, 89 to go in the Firecracker 100, presented by Big River Steel. And Mike Marlar brings them to the Nutrien Ag Solutions restart zone.
Good start for Thornton on the restart. Meanwhile, Garrett Alberson, who's been running the top shelf all night, back to the bottom. Alberson's digging hard. Here comes Davenport up top. They will go side by side at a turn 2. Then you have the one car of McCready and Ziegler.
Close.
I had 3 chances of that, and I got it wrong, didn't I? Into 1.
He's driving it in hard there, man. He wants to lead this race again. He led the first 2 laps. He's trying to take the top spot back away from Mike Marlar. Marlar, though, able to power back ahead down the back straightaway. Still side by side for the 4th spot. One car slow at the back of the field, and I believe that car is Colton Flitter, and he's going to call it a night. We stay green.
Yeah, it goes to the infield. A couple of cars got together. Zarin was one of them. And we got another car out of the race. Meanwhile, Marlar at a turn number 4. Whoa, way up top side. Almost got that right reared off of there as they head down the main straightaway with 14 scored with a 157. Again, Thornton remains in second. Troutman third. Alberson fourth. Davenport fifth.
It's a good battle back there. Alberson and Davenport, man, they've been side by side almost since the drop of the green flag as RTJ gets a good run to the inside of your race leader, Mike Marlar. Marlar, though, able to stay in command. 15 laps complete. 85 laps to go. And Marlar is not able to pull away from Ricky Thornton Jr. His lead has not been more than about 5/10 of a second. RT gets a little better run off corner number 416 in the books. And Marlar out front by 6/10 that last time by.
Yeah, on our two preliminary nights, we had 4 different winners. Marlar trying to become the 5th different winner of the weekend. Right now, dives down through the middle off of turn 4. In that Skyline Motorsports car, the team based in Decorah, Iowa. Of course, they keep it in Winfield, Tennessee. So going to turn number 1. Thornton still second. Troutman third. Still have not had enough running green flag to pick up the tail end of the field, which enters turn number 1, and Marlar off of turn 4.
You know, turns 1 and 2, James, I noticed the last 2 times around, these guys, for the most part, have all kind of go down to the bottom of the racetrack, except the 49 of Jonathan Davenport. Of course, 3 and 4, man, it's anybody's guess. It's a game of roulette out there, as you just don't know where you're going to land. We got guys going in low, we got guys going in high, guys running a little, guys going in low and drifting up high, guys diamonding. They're all over the place right now, down in 3 and 4.
Again, Marlar came in this weekend 5th in the championship points behind Tim McCready, again, who was in 9th when he took over the Rocket 1 ride back in March. Marlar trying to get back into the top 4. Thornton still second. Troutman. Battle back here still Davenport and Alberson. And then the 1 of Tim McCready.
Doubled up for you at home as that battle for the 4th spot just continues to rage on between the 49 of Davenport, the 58 of Alberson, and the 1 of McCready. But at the front of the field, your race leader, Mike Marlar, here on lap 21, has almost caught the back end of the field, and the first driver to go 1 lap down is going to be the 2-time Pro Stock champion, Tyler Dietz, in the 00.
Mikey through the middle in that Longhorn Clements down the straightaway into turn number 1. 22 laps complete here tonight. Tail end of the field for the first time in this race.
And Marlar had to adjust his line there a little bit, James. He built up a 1.4 second advantage. He wasn't able to dive in nearly as low as he wanted to, both in turns 1 and 2 and in turns 3 and 4. Ricky Thornton Jr. not able to capitalize, though. Still a 1.4 second lead for the Winfield, Tennessee driver.
He knows about winning on big tracks. Again, the only driver to win the Lucas Oil Knoxville Late Model Nationals 3 times in his career as he comes off of turn 4.
James, good battle back here as well for the 7th spot right there. Mason Ziegler in the 25Z, the 22 at Greg Satterley. Satterley trying to pick his way through the field and work by his fellow Keystone State driver, and also the 99 of Devin Moran right there as well. Moran, a prelim winner here on Friday night. He's come from the 16th starting spot. He's worked his way solidly inside the top 10.
Yeah, those guys may need a caution here in a little bit. Meanwhile, Marlar coming out of turn number 2 down the back straightaway. Into turn 3 already. Thornton now, Ricky Thornton Jr. will go to the outside as they come out of turn 4 to clear the 1Z of Logan Zarin. So they put a lap on Lawler and Zarin into turn 1. Here comes the battle back here as you see Satterley and Moran trying to make their way to the front. Meanwhile, Marlar already into turn 3 of the 157. Now Thornton's picked up a little momentum, Dustin, as he will clear 2 lap cars off of turn number 4.
Yes, he will. Mike Marlar had made pretty quick work of a couple lap cars, and now Ricky Thornton Jr. trying to close that gap. It's shrunk down to 1 second as RTJ works around the 93 of Corey Lawler. Now nobody separating himself from your race leader, Mike Marlar, and you see right there, Marlar has got the back of the field scattered nearly 3 wide in front of him. 28 laps now complete, 72 laps to go, and where do you go with your Mike Marlar?
Down the back straightaway. Again, Boone Briggs and Tyler White as he will try to clear into turn number 1 on the bottom. And he will. Out at 2. Oh, he's got to keep that right rear on the track. Thornton is still there in second. Meanwhile, at a distant third is Drake Troutman still in car 7. Marlar throwing it in hard there, Dustin. Whoa, look out.
Oh, man, Marlar got a little high right there. You saw the right rear get up over the cushion, and that'll allow Ricky Thornton Jr. to gain wholesale ground. So Marlar trying to keep the wheels underneath that 157 and also trying to work through the back of the field as well. This lead duo, they've stretched out to about a 2-second advantage over third place Ricky Thornton, or over third place Drake Troutman. Troutman holding his own right now, James, 31 laps in the books. And Marlar trying to pick and choose exactly where he needs to go. And here comes RTJ.
Yeah, Drake Troutman trying to go to the top, trying to pick up some momentum. Right now it's a two-car race for the lead. Marlar, here comes RTJ to the outside. Marlar will swing it out wide out of turn 4. Long green flag stretch of racing. It's about 2 car lengths the deficit between first and second into 1. Mikey on the bottom. He'll slide up the track. He'll lose some momentum. Here comes Thornton in 20 RT. Troutman's kind of closing just a little bit, Dustin.
Yeah, he was faster than Ricky Thornton Jr. that last time by. As they come across the straight this time by, we'll take a look at the lap times. And Drake Troutman was not faster. As a matter of fact, he lost 3/10 on that lead duo. Now Mike Marlar's finally able to work by Boone Briggs. Ricky Thornton Jr. will try to sidestep the 99B. He does so, and RTJ once again closes back in on the 157.
And Drake Troutman still third. Davenport fourth. Alberson, McCready, Ziegler, Moran, Satterley, Dalton, Wilson in 10th. And they go into turn 3. Thornton now on the bottom. He's going to get real close out of turn 4. They got 2 cars in front of him still on the lead lap. Tyler Wyatt and the top rookie in the Lucas Oil Series, Clay Harris. Where does Mikey go? He slides up the track. Thornton will gain even more down the back straightaway. Troutman's pedaling hard. He's about a half a straightaway behind these two.
Yeah, high-speed game, a cat and mouse at the front of the field here is Mike Marlar turning back the challenges of Ricky Thornton Jr. And Marlar slips up the track a little bit. He's able to work by the 6 Clay Harris, but RTJ's got a good run down to the inside. As one car slows Mike Norris, the 3-time track champ, off the pace. He's going to call it a night off the back straightaway. Ricky Thornton Jr. with a run on your leader. Marlar able to keep him at bay.
Early on, now they go side by side into turn number 2. 3 lead changes in this race. Marlar will maintain a car length lead. Into turn 3, behind the 24 of Tyler Wyatt. They go side by side off of turn number 4. And right there, Wyatt right there. And Thornton, did he retake the lead? He did. Dustin Jarrett on lap.
Thornton Jr., yes, yep. On lap number 38. Yep. He led the first 2 laps of this race. Marlar had been your leader since lap 5, and RTJ goes back out front 38 laps into this Firecracker 100.
But Marlar's
not
back
so
in
fast,
front.
my friend. That's right. Mike Marlar able to reclaim that top spot on lap 39.
Reminiscent of last year with O'Neill and Tim McCready. Of course, he's a 2-time winner of this race. O'Neill and Thornton a year ago. Now Marlar trying to pull away a little bit. They've got the lap car of Tyler Wyatt between first and second. Drake Troutman, by the way, is going to the top. 40 in the books into turn 1. We're 10 shy of the halfway mark. Can Drake Troutman make a race out? And this is Marlar almost slipped up again, and Wyatt gets back to batting. Tyler Wyatt got his lap back. He's right in the battle with Thornton right through the middle off of turn number 4. Half a car length. Marlar still leads. Oh, baby.
Oh, man. Marlar hit that right rear. He slipped up over the cushion there off of turn number 2. And he will keep it underneath him this time as Tyler Wyatt trying to stay on the lead lap. As if caution would come out, that would allow him to go back to the tail end of the field. 42 laps coming across the line this time. Marlar back out front. These drivers, again, have about a 2.7-second advantage over third place Drake Troutman.
Off at turn number 2. See why? Boy, Wyatt's not giving up easily, is he? Trying to stay on the lead lap.
And Marlar's he's flirting with danger down there, man, over in turn number 2 nearly every single lap. And you just got to wonder if Ricky Thornton Jr. is maybe waiting for the 157 to slip up, which doesn't happen very often.
Well, they finally cleared Tyler Wyatt. Goes back a lap down. Troutman is still about a straightaway now behind these two. Off at turn 4. Thornton digging on the bottom. Marlar still leads. 6 shy of the halfway mark in the Firecracker 100. A dandy for the lead. Here comes Ricky Thornton Jr. on the bottom, down the back straightaway.
Good racing here at Lernerville. RTJ back down to the inside. Will he clear Mike Marlar coming off the corner? Yes, he does. Back out front on lap 45. Ricky Thornton Jr. trying to go back-to-back here in the Firecracker 100.
Slides up in front of Marlar, down the back straightaway. Marlar now, see what he can do. Thornton now come out of turn number 4. Mikey Marlar. Troutman is still a distant third. It's still Ricky Thornton Jr. 46 laps complete into turn number 2. It's still a 2-car battle right now. Marlar drifts up down the back straightaway. Into turn number 3, Carson Ferguson, the final car on the lead lap out of turn 4. Thornton and Marlar. Troutman still digging on that bottom in 7. Davenport, Alberson, McCready, Moran, Ziegler, O'Neill, and Satterley, your top 10, Dustin, in a long green flag run.
Absolutely closing in on the halfway point in this one. As there's a look back at your third place car, Drake Troutman, the pole sitter of this race. He did lead a couple laps. Of course, got a prelim win last night, his first Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series win. Jonathan Davenport right now holding steady in the 4th spot. And there's the 58 of Garrett Alberson. Alberson currently rounds out the top 5. Behind them, it's the Rocket 1 of Tim McCready. McCready currently sits in position number 6. 7th is the 99 of Devin Moran. He's worked his way up from the 18th starting position. There's a look at those two drivers. Here's McCready in the Rocket 1. Devin Moran behind them in the 99. 8th right now be the 25Z of Mason Ziegler. 9th is 71 of Hudson O'Neill. And Greg Satterley currently rounds out the top 10. Halfway home, James. 50 laps in the books, 50 laps to go.
Look at all these cars on the same straightaway as Thornton and Marlar. Look at this gaggle of cars here going into 1. This is going to get really interesting. Thornton still leads into turn number 1. 51 to go. I don't know which way you go. And we got a car slowing out of turn number 2, pulls out of the race as Brendan Smith at 17 SS as Thornton will clear the 00 Dietz to the 93 of Ferguson. Now what does Mikey Marlar do? He's got to clear both of those cars down the main straightaway. This is pretty wild right here out of 2. Satterley slipped a little bit in 2 down the back straightaway. Marlar's about, what, 8, 7, 8 car lengths back in 157. Now Mikey Marlar goes to the outside. Dustin Jarrett, what does he have planned? Down the main straightaway, 53 in the books.
Yeah, 53 laps scored. As you look on back through the field there, Ross Robinson working his way up from the 20th starting position. He's battling Greg Satterley back there for position number 11. So Ross Robinson up 8 spots here, just past the halfway point in this Big River Steel Firecracker 100. The front of the field, you're not missing anything. It's a 1.1 second lead now for Ricky Thornton Jr. as you see him there on the right side of your screen, and that's what kind of pace the leaders have been setting, James, as they are quickly closing in on your 13th place car of Max Blair.
Yeah, Marlar's going to that top, trying to gain up on Thornton, who's running the bottom through heavy traffic out of turn 2. All of these cars still on the lead lap. He'll lose ground there. Troutman trying to make up some ground on the 157. I'm not sure if Drake is open for a caution or not because he's trying as hard as he can, and he's closing on Marlar, though. He's still several car lengths back, but he's made up a little bit of ground here in the last few laps as Thornton continues to battle in the 20 RT out in front in turn 4.
Marlar's car coming off the corners is maybe just, at least off turn number 2, is not sticking quite like it was. He was way high now.
Yeah, he almost went over the bank there.
In turns 3 and 4, yes, he does. You see just a myriad of lap traffic in front of your race leader, Ricky Thornton Jr., as RTJ now has a 2.5 second lead over Mike Marlar and Drake Troutman. And again, that's 13th place Drake Troutman, or 13th place Max Blair. I said Robbie Blair, Max Blair in front of your leader.
In the
Ricky
Robbie
Thornton
Blair
Jr.
throwback.
Yes, in the Robbie Blair wrenched car.
Dustin, we're about ready to have a race for second here momentarily. We've got 1 lap car of Tyler Dietz between Marlar and Troutman. Here comes Drake Troutman to the top in 7. Thornton still leads. You're not missing anything there. Here comes Troutman trying to get a run. He's got to clear Dietz right now into turn 1. And he'll have a little bit of clean air off of turn number 2. Troutman down the back straightaway. Marlar's right there in the middle of the main back straightaway. Thornton is now coming off of turn 4 in the 20 RT with 60 laps complete.
Yeah, and I'll tell you what, right now these lap times have really evened out. Everyone or anywhere from about 18.6 to 18.8 or so. Your race leader, Ricky Thornton Jr., as we look back there on the 25Z of Mason Ziegler. Ricky Thornton Jr. running lap times about 18.8, 18.9. That's also, as you can probably tell, where the drivers just in front of him have been running as well. Max Blair, Ross Robinson, Greg Satterley, the next guys that would be in line to go a lap down.
Right now, again, Davenport is 4th, Alberson 5th, McCready 6th, Moran 7th, Ziggy is 8th, O'Neill 9th, 10th is Dalton Wilson. Ricky Thornton Jr. to the outside of Max Blair. There is Marlar, Troutman, no lap cars between 2nd and 3rd. Long green flag stretch of racing here at Lernerville tonight.
And we last went green back on lap number 11. We had 3 cautions in the first 11 laps of this race. And we have been green flag ever since, but it hasn't been without its drama. Mike Marlar led laps 5 through 37. Ricky Thornton took the lead on lap 38. Marlar back out front on laps 39 through 44. And Ricky Thornton Jr. has been at the front of this field since lap 45. And James, you're about to have a battle for the 4th spot because Garrett Albertson has reeled back in the 49 of Jonathan Davenport.
Meanwhile, your leader down the back straightaway. Marlar, they got about 4 lap cars between 1st and 2nd. No lap cars between 2nd and 3rd, Marlar and Troutman. Here comes Davenport, here comes Albertson. Mike Marlar into turn 1, hanging on right now. He's got to battle 4 cars in front of him down the back straightaway as Thornton breezes into turn 3 behind Greg Satterley, the final car in the lead lap.
Ricky Thornton Jr. doing Ricky Thornton Jr. things, as you like to say, and there's a look at that gap between Mike Marlar and Drake Troutman. Troutman has indeed been faster the last several laps. He takes another 2/10 off of the 2nd place car, Mike Marlar. This happens 3 seconds behind your race leader, Ricky Thornton Jr. RTJ has well over half a straightaway advantage, nearly a full straightaway now over the 157 and the 7. This time by Troutman takes another 3/10 off Marlar's advantage, and James, it's in full effect. You've got a battle for 2nd.
We got more than that right there. We got Davenport. We got Albertson coming up through here. 2nd through 5th right now out at turn number 4. Albertson swings it out wide. They go into 1. Mikey Marlar hanging on. Here comes Troutman on the bottom out at turn number 2. And here comes Davenport and here comes Albertson. Into turn 3.
The battle for 2nd on the left side of your screen. Just behind them, the battle for 4th on the right side of your screen. You'd almost fit them all in one screen because they're all running right there together, and they're now 4.5 seconds, my goodness, behind your leader, Ricky Thornton Jr. Again, Marlar in the red 157, Drake Troutman in the black number 7. Coming around this time, James, 70 laps in the books, 30 to go, and the Firecracker 100 presented by Big River Steel.
This guy's hoping for a caution. That's the only way they may have a shot to catch Ricky Thornton Jr. 4.6 seconds the advantage as he comes off of turn 4. 2nd on backs is now entering turn 3. But a good battle here. Marlar, Troutman, Davenport, Albertson, Moran now has gotten around McCready. So Devin Moran up another spot, Dustin.
Yeah, he's up from the 16th starting position, and as it stands right now, he is the Todd Steele Buildings hard charger of the race, having gained 10 spots. And those 2 drivers right there, so there's Moran, and there's the one of Tim McCready. McCready trying to work his way back up through the field as well, as the drivers just in front of them, Jonathan Davenport and Garrett Albertson, they've been side by side, I think, more than they have to this 100-lapper.
Remember, it's 20,000 for 2nd, 10,000 for 3rd. So deficit there, those guys, again, hoping for a caution. But right now, Ricky Thornton Jr. dominating here at Lernerville, looking for his 2nd straight win here in this Firecracker 100. And another big payday. Off at turn 4.
And looking to add to that Big River Steel chase to the championship. Points lead presented by ARP at a 185-point lead heading into this weekend's race, and right now he's got a 5-second lead in this Firecracker 100, James, as he is just like a hot knife through butter, as he just put the 10th place car, Dalton Wilson, a lap down, as we have got 75 laps in, 25 laps to go here at Lernerville.
Now the lead right now is over 5 seconds for Ricky Thornton Jr., the driver out of Martinsville, Indiana. As he comes off of turn number 4, Marlar, Troutman, Davenport, Albertson, all there together. Moran trying to join him. 24 to go. Down the back straightaway. Hudson O'Neal, the final car on the lead lap. He runs in 9th, Dustin.
Unbelievable. What Ricky Thornton Jr. is able to do right here. You see down there, he's finding that little bit of moisture. He's finding that light brown down on the inside of the racetrack. That lead has swollen to 6.7 seconds in this incredibly long green flag run. There's the battle for 2nd. It's heating up once again. Drake Troutman trying to find a way around Mike Marlar and then hoping for a caution in the closing stages of this one, James.
How about Trevor? I don't know how many 100-lap races. He's never competed in the Firecracker 100. I don't know how many 100-lap races he's ever run. This might be the first one of his career. We can probably check on that as they go into turn 3. Now Marler will slide up. Here comes Davenport at the bottom. Alberson up top. Here comes Moran in 99. As we always say, you take out the leader, and we've got a heck of a battle for second on back. Now Troutman takes a peek on the bottom. Down the back straightaway. We'll have 20 to go. 80 in the books for Ricky Thornton Jr. He's already into turn 1. Second on backs, exiting turn 4.
And there is a look at Garrett Alberson as he tries to work by Jonathan Davenport. In a good battle back there for positions 4, 5, and 6. Devin Moran is about to toss his hat in the ring as well. And like you said, they're all right there together behind RTJ. You can see it right there on your screen. They're all within the same half straightaway of each other. Second, third, fourth, fifth, and sixth. Marler, Troutman, Davenport, Alberson, and Moran. Now less than 20 laps to go. An 8-second advantage for Ricky Thornton Jr.
Yeah, Ricky Thornton Jr. off of turn number 4. And he's lapped up to Mason Ziegler, the final car now in the lead lap as he's gotten around O'Neill. Ziegler running in 8th. Mikey Marler second. Troutman takes a peek. Right now, you got a battle back there. Davenport still in Alberson, but it is all Ricky Thornton Jr.
And you know, one thing about Ricky Thornton Jr., I just noticed him here that last time by. I mean, he's not just out there logging laps, man. I mean, he had that right rear tire up on the cushion down in turns 3 and 4. I mean, he was letting it rip. Yeah, I mean, right there wasn't bad. You saw it on the left side of your screen, but that lap before me, I mean, he had it up there. On the right side of your screen, Devin Moran has worked by Garrett Alberson into the top 5, at least momentarily. Yeah, he'll make it official that time by at the scoring loop. So the Roger Sellers own Double Down Motorsports 99 continues his march through the field, and he may not be done yet. As you see the 49 of Jonathan Davenport, that'll be the next driver for Devin Moran to try to pick off.
Yeah. Down the back straightaway. These guys second on back again. Got to hope for a caution flag here. 14 to go. Coming up for Ricky Thornton Jr. Marler still second. Troutman third. Davenport, Moran, Alberson, McCready, and Mason Ziegler. 8 cars left on the lead lap.
With 14 laps
and it's
to go.
not been a race of attrition for those top guys either. I mean, they've all stayed out there. As you see the battle here for the 7 and the 157.
Yeah, that's the battle for second as Tyler Dietz going to call it a night in the 00. These guys are turning lap times right around 18.8 to 19.2 seconds. Ricky Thornton Jr.'s lead is 9.3. That's a half a track lead that he has. Unbelievable as Devin Moran trying to pick off another car, James, as he is trying to work by the 49, a Superman Jonathan Davenport.
I'm impressed with Troutman. I mean, this is one of the first crown jewel races he's ever made in his career. Might be the first, and right now he goes to the bottom of Marler. A $20,000 payday. Meanwhile, Moran around Davenport. Down the back straightaway. When was that last caution on lap
11?
Lap 11.
Unbelievable.
And we've got 11 to go.
Yes, we do.
Unbelievable.
Yes, we do. It's over a half a track lead now for Ricky Thornton Jr. What can you say? I mean, he leads by 10 seconds on this 4/10 racetrack. 4th place battle on the left side of your screen, and now the 2nd place battle on the right side of your screen. And Devin Moran's pedaling hard. He's trying to close in on that 2nd place battle between Mike Marler and Drake Troutman. And there's a look back at Moran. That's the gap that Moran has to close in here over the course of the last 10 laps. And of course, all these drivers hoping for a caution. They're hoping to erase this lead that Ricky Thornton Jr. has built up, that now stands at an astounding 10+ seconds over Mikey Marler and Drake Troutman.
Well, they're going to look at the results and show that Thornton started second. And you think, he probably led every lap. No, not the case. He and Marler had a terrific battle. Meanwhile, Devin Moran, he's looking for that 2nd spot and some valuable points. And Moran, he is not done yet. He might end up in 2nd. He's probably got one of the fastest cars, if not the fastest car on the racetrack right now in that Roger Sellers Double Down 99.
Yeah, last time by, Devin Moran was indeed faster than Drake Troutman and Mike Marlar.
Second through seventh is all in the same straightaway, Dustin.
Yep, and there they are. There's Devin Moran closing in quickly on Drake Troutman and Mike Marlar, and he's got 7 laps to try to work his way up from the 16th position to second. Just see him diamond that car off the corners. He's got to run on Troutman down the back straightaway. He'll clear the 19-year-old coming off corner number 4, move Moran up to 3rd, and he may not be done yet. Next driver for him to pick off, the 157 of Mike Marlar.
I think that's a matter of time. Out of turn number 2, Moran will charge. Marlar slips up a little bit. Here comes Devin Moran. 4 laps to go. What if this had been for the lead?
I know, right?
It would have not been any better than that, but it's all Ricky Thornton Jr. He's already to turn 3 with 4 to go coming up. Into turn number 1. The 157, Moreno diamond off the corner. Devin on the gas, down the back straightaway. 2 cars in front of Marlar, and here comes the 99 into turn 3, Dustin.
This battle no longer happens behind your race leader, Ricky Thornton Jr. This happens a straightaway in front of your race leader, Ricky Thornton Jr. Devin Moran with 4 laps to go, trying to get that 99 rolling on the outside. Troutman's going to try to drive back down under him again. Take the, I know it's a tired cliche, but it's the truth. You take the 20 RT out, you got a good battle back here. Moran is going to clear Mike Marlar. Devin Moran from 16th to 2nd with 3 to go here at Lernerville.
He has got to hope for a caution to have any shot at this one, but he's made a great run through the field as they continue out of turn number 2. Meanwhile, 2 to go for Ricky Thornton Jr. He's already to PNC Park in downtown Pittsburgh. And we're going to have the Barrett's performance 1 lap to go as he has dominated this last half of the race.
Absolutely unbelievable. His lead over 12 seconds. The Barrett's performance 1 to go. In the storied history of the Firecracker 100, nobody has ever won this race back-to-back until tonight. Ricky Thornton Jr. is going to do it off corner number 4. He goes back-to-back in the Firecracker 100 presented by Big River Steel. Second place will be Devin Moran. 3rd, Mike Marlar. Jonathan Davenport 4th. And Drake Troutman will round out the top 5 here tonight. And they're just now crossing the stripe.
They are just now crossing the stripe. The top 8 finish on the lead lap. Well, it was a battle early on. We had, again, Thornton led the first 2 laps, then Troutman led 2, Marlar led until he and Thornton went back and forth. And in lap 45, from then on to the checkers. And we got a bit of business to do at the U108 scales. We will check the weight. It's a pound per lap burn off at the scale so they can weigh 2250. And then you have also the droop check. But how about it, fans? Devin Moran needed a caution in 99. Devin Moran from 16th to 2nd here tonight.
And Mike Marlar a good run as he led this race 2 different times, leading laps 5 through 37. And then once again, laps 39 through 44. He will unofficially finish in 3rd. And it looks like, yeah, Devin may be overheating in that 99 car. As you see Chuck Kimball and the crew down there taking the hood off and cooling off.
How about Troutman, though? He ran in the top 3 for the entire race until the very end there, where he comes home in 5th, Dustin.
Yeah, great run for Drake Troutman here tonight. And of course, all this unofficial until they go and cross through the UNOH scale area. Just 3 cautions here in this one, and they all flew in the first 11 laps, and we were clean and green for the final 89 laps here tonight at Lernerville Speedway. Unbelievable. 12.3 seconds, the margin of victory for Ricky Thornton Jr.
It's Larson like at Alltech.
Yes, right? So he won by 15 seconds.
Yes,
yeah.
sir.
Yeah, you're exactly right. Looks like they got the 99 of Devin Moran's car cooled down here just a little bit. Once again, drivers have to cross the scales, pass the droop check. And they will make their way back out. We'll have the top 5 back out on the front straightaway.
And guys, it is official. Here tonight, your winner, Ricky Thornton Jr. 20 RT, and he's going to, the only thing that can slow him down, he's going to need a push to victory lane. How about that? To Lucas Oil victory lane. Jeremy Shields, Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series official, will push Thornton over to victory lane. This will be his 11th VLAN feature win of the year, his 39th of his career, the Midwest Sheet Metal point leader, and he becomes the first driver to go back-to-back in the Firecracker 100 presented by Big River Steel, and he becomes the 5th driver to win more than one of these events as he makes his way into Lucas Oil victory lane. And it's going to be a Big River Steel sweep of the top 2 spots on the Big River Steel podium with Devin Moran 16th to 2nd, as we will wait on the Anthony Burroughs Wrench 20 RT for Ricky Thornton Jr. to climb out of the race car, $50,000 to the good here tonight. He picked up a prelim win back on Thursday. Last night was a little fired up after that feature, and tonight he might have took it out on everybody. Don't forget the Rush Late Model feature coming up after this one, and then the non-qualifier race for the Rush Late Models to close out the night. But your winner here tonight, Ricky Thornton Jr. Confetti flies, the fireworks go off, and Thornton is out of the race car. The SSI Motorsports 20 RT, the Sunoco checkered flag, and he's on top of the Big River Steel podium. And Shay and the bunch are down here, and you think the fireworks are going to go crazy. These kids can wreak more havoc than any fireworks I've ever seen. Ricky, I'm just going to ask you, do you have any idea you just won by 12.5 seconds?
No, I knew I had a little bit of a lead, honestly. With 15 to go, something happened to the motor, and I really couldn't run it as hard as I wanted to. I don't know if it dropped the valve or what, so felt like I slowed down a ton, but I don't know. This thing was really good. I was just kind of waiting for it to finally slow down a little bit, and it was weird. The slower the track got, the better traction I had. So I owe this one of the boys. We threw a couple things at it tonight, tried to get a little bit better from last night, and I think it helped.
You lapped all but the top 8, and that long green flag run at the end. Is it easy to get into just a rhythm, or do you start getting concerned the longer it goes about who might be around you?
A little bit of both. There's a few times I'd get to a lap car and I couldn't ever really drive hard enough to get by him, and then I'm like, man, I feel like I'm really slowing my pace down. And then I don't know, my crew guy there, Sarver, with sticks, he just kind of let me know, like, yeah, you got a little bit of a lead. Like, he didn't really tell me I had that big of a lead, but I mean, it's hard. One time I tried to slow down in 3 and 4, and I actually about went off the top. So I got in a good rhythm there, and just tried to mimic whenever I got to like Hudson or Dalton and one of them, and just kind of maintain their pace. I felt like they had a good enough pace at that point where if the guy behind me was going to catch me, they were going to have to really be good. So got to thank all the Big River Steel, U.S. Steel people for coming out tonight. I know there's a lot of them up there. I got to thank my wife, everyone that stopped by the apparel trail, my kids, Certified Inspection Service, Westside Tractor Sales, Sunoco Race Fuels, Midwest Sheet Metal, Longhorn Chassis, Bilstein Shocks, Hooker Trucking, Coltman Farms. I mean, there's so many great people that get us up and down the road. High Performance Lubricants, my brother EMD Wraps. It's awesome to be able to do this back to back.
You've won a lot of races in a lot of places. Why are you so good here at Lernerville, though?
I don't know, this place, it's so technical. Like when it's fast, it's really fast, but then like once it's slick, I honestly think it's probably slicker than East Bay. So it kind of reminds me of Alltech, where for some reason we're really good there too. So I don't know, just I think our package suits this style racetrack once it finally gets super clean, like really, really slick, and it worked out for us.
$50,000, your winner tonight, Ricky Thornton Jr.
Well, RTJ gets it done in not so dramatic fashion here tonight. James Essex over the rest of the field. Devin Moran, as we said, worked his way from the 16th starting position up to 2nd. And our own Ben Shelton is going to go grab a word with the driver out of Dresden, Ohio, who worked his way up from 16th here tonight.
My friend, you did a lot of work tonight. 16th to 2nd. You're the Todd Steel Buildings hard charger. And by the time you got there, unfortunately, RTJ was in a different zip code. But just talk about this performance and how you're able to do that here tonight to get to 2nd.
Yeah, mainly just bummed I messed up in the heat race, and starting 16th when Ricky's on the front row is almost impossible. But good job and congrats to them guys, and good job to my crew. You know, I shouldn't be bummed because we ran 2nd, but I just know how good of a race car we had and didn't give ourselves a chance. But they did an awesome job with the racetrack. I didn't expect it to be that wet. I ran out of tear-offs in about 10 laps there back in the field, and I was hoping they'd give us some, but then we didn't have any cautions the rest of the race. So to come up through there without any cautions was pretty cool, and yeah, we'll take it.
It's your best finish ever in this race. You haven't got to race this race a ton, but your best finish, and to do it with all the Big River Steel people here, how cool is that?
Oh, it's awesome. You can't see it on the hood now because it's so muddy, but Scott Coleman and the whole Big River Steel crew. I saw them all sitting up there in turn 4. So just awesome to have them guys with us, and can't thank them enough for all they do for us. And I want to thank Roger Settlers with Double Down Motorsports. Yeah, I hear him cheering up there. I like it. But I want to thank Roger Settlers, Double Down Motorsports, Robbie, Casey, Connor at home. Once again, Big River Steel, Lazy Days RV, C&W Trucking, USS Steel, or USS. Just my mind's still rolling on the race. Our car was awesome. I can't thank Longhorn for such a great chassis, and Bill signed shocks with iBox Springs and McHugh's, Red Oak Pub, CarSourceAuto.com, Bomag, Southeastern Equipment, Pee Wee's Record Tone, just a ton of great people. And got to thank Dynamic Drivelines. They never get a shout out. There's a lot of good people that I can't thank enough.
Devin Moran rolls from 16th to 2nd here tonight. DJ James, I'm going to throw it up top, and we're going to catch up with our third-place finisher, Mike Marlar.
Absolutely. Mike Marlar, again, who led 2 different times in this race, James. At one time, especially early on, thought maybe he was going to be the driver that was going to pull away. He's finished runner-up in this event twice. He'll round out the Big River Steel podium here this evening. Well, Mike Marlar, another solid run for him here at Lernerville Speedway, Ben.
Mike, you led laps. It looked like you might have something for RTJ, and then, man, he took off. What did you need different out of this race car if you were going to be on top of this Big River Steel podium? I
just can't complete the corner. You know, him and Devin's cars definitely from the center out, turn left and get that straight line down the straightaway. And I'm headed the wrong way all the time on exit, and I know I am, and I bend the car and manipulate it, but then you roast the back tires off doing that. So I knew I was in trouble, and I was, just trying to do what I could do, but I was struggling pretty bad there, and those guys were just better, Ricky raced me really good, and Devin did too, and it was a fun race, awesome racetrack, and a great bunch of fans, and it ain't your all's fault my old car wasn't fair. We'll fix that and do a little better next time. 3 nights, 3 podiums here. This gives you a lot as you head into the second half of the season. Yeah, we've had 3 pretty rough weeks, and we went down to Longhorn and kind of updated our car a little bit and worked on our program some, and definitely think that's showing some progress. So just tough, these guys are really tough racers, and I feel like the most competitive stuff in the world. And you could ask Old Larson that. I think he said that the other day. It ain't easy. So it's fun doing it. I'm as much as I didn't like to win, I'm grateful to be on the top 3 and grateful to have the team I have and all the sponsors and everything that all you sponsors out there and all my team here and everybody contributes to this. From everybody, the guy at Glenn Clements that tightens the rod bolts to the guy at Hoosier, making a tire. It's a lot of people that makes this happen, and I'm just grateful to get to have this experience. Skyline Motorsports, Mike Marlar rounds out the Big River Steel podium in 3rd. DJ James, back up top to you.
All right, Ben, thanks so much, and congratulations to those drivers. James, let's go ahead and take a look at the Super Clean race recap and see what got us to this point. Started with Drake Troutman and Ricky Thornton Jr. on the front row, and those 2 drivers would run side by side for several laps until Mike Marlar joined the party on lap 5.
If it was the Firecracker 50, it would have been one of the all-time classics, right?
That's right. That's
As
exactly
you see the battle there, and Ricky Thornton Jr. did start on the outside front row, as you mentioned, led the first 2 laps. Troutman led 2 laps, then Mikey Marlar in control from lap 5 through, well, it was a while here. It was through lap 38.
Yeah, Ricky Thornton.
And then they came back, and Marlar led again.
You're exactly
until
right.
lap 45.
Devin Moran, of course, would work his way up from the 16th starting position. You heard him talk about how he just messed up a little bit in these heat race and needed to start a little closer to the front. But when all was said and done, by 12.5 seconds, it was Ricky Thornton Jr. getting the win here this evening. Well, we'll send it back down to you. Ben Shelton, your final thoughts as you reflect on this 18th running of the Big River Steel Firecracker 100.
Well, we had 6 lead changes early in the race, and I thought we might shatter last year's 10. But, man, Ricky Thornton Jr. just too good, and we just never got those cautions late in the race that you get a lot of times here at Lernerville. Very entertaining race. Ricky Thornton Jr., he's the man to beat right now, obviously. Devin Moran, a heck of a run from 16th to 2nd, and Mike Marlar with some confidence as we head out of Lernerville. Guys, there's a lot of racing coming up. It's going to be very entertaining with the Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series.
Absolutely. Well, Ben, thanks so much. James, another Firecracker 100 is in the books.
And another Ricky Thornton Jr. win. That's why he is the #1 ranked dirt late model driver in the nation. He will continue to be that way. But we got a long way to go, as Ben just said, in our Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series season. Come on out and check us out at your local racetrack, and we'll be there.
Absolutely, absolutely, we will. Of course, you can always find the latest news, scheduling information, and more at lucasdirt.com. And on behalf of everyone with the Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series, we're so thankful that you joined us here tonight. We appreciate each and every one of you. On behalf of our pit reporter Ben Shelton and my good friend James Essex, this is Dustin Jarrett. We'll see you next time on MAV TV with the Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series. And here is your super... Doggone, and I messed it up again. How about that, everyone? All right, Tiffany, we'll do that one more time. They can hear me out here in the crowd as well. They're all probably laughing at me. Let's record that line one more time. James, let's go ahead and take a look at your Lucas Oil race recap. And we're going to go ahead and step aside, and thank goodness I don't have to record that line anymore. Oh, next up is going to be the $20,000 to win Billy McMemorial for the Rush Late Models. Don't go anywhere, folks at home. This is MAV TV on Flow Racing.